Hello everybody and welcome to the STARTrading Podcast with me, Lewis.
And me, Sophie.
And today we're joined by the lovely Rosie.
Hi. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's really good to be here.
First time on the podcast.
I know, amazing. I do listen to them, so this is very exciting to be here.
So what's your favourite snack?
What is my favourite? I am a Marmite person, so I do like them Marmite rice cakes.
Oh, I like
dipped
them
in
as well.
hummus.
That is weird. Okay. Right, end this podcast right.
Next guest.
Next guest. Cool. So yes, tell us about you, Rosie. Tell us about how you kind of got into trading, what made you pick STARTrading.
Yeah.
It seems like I think to a lot of people it feels like it's quite a random thing to do. So tell us a little bit about your journey.
Well, even just today, just thinking about it, even a year ago, I'd heard of you because I've met you at a property event, but I actually hadn't been part of STARTrading or anything. So it wasn't until August that I did Forex and 5 with my husband, and then I joined one of the mentorships in September. So that is crazy.
Yeah.
And through doing the property and just wanting to carve out sort of new ways of us, finding wealth pathway, we came across you, and actually just by doing the Forex in 5 I just got really excited because I'm a very visual learner, so watching and doing the patterns and all of that, I was getting really into it and doing the challenges and everything. And I think by the time I got to the end of that, my husband was like, I think it's you that's going to be doing this, and I was like, yes, it is going to be me doing this. So I just went for it. And bringing me to start, I think obviously it's not something I've kind of been aware of sort of growing up or anything like that. But I think coming out of lockdown, where I had a franchise business, which was doing really, really well, and COVID really struck my industry really hard. I was doing sort of music classes for sort of babies up to kind of 4, because my background's music, and absolutely loved it. I'd really grown quite a big business where I was. And I got like 3 years left on the franchise agreement, so I was wanting to sell it on. Obviously COVID hit, and when I was providing these classes didn't really translate going online. So people came with me through loyalty, but then as the time went on, it was like, actually my baby's older, they're not able to kind of engage with it online. And so by the time I came out of COVID 2 years later, my business had really just basically been decimated. And I only had a couple of terms left on it, and I did not have the energy to resurrect it. So actually I bought myself out of the contract. And so in the end, actually, rather than having a successful business to sell, I had to cut my losses and go on. So I think that's been in the background for us, is that actually being able to diversify and have other income streams is actually really, really important. So by joining the property academy, which we're doing with Touchstone, and then finding yourself, it just felt like it was a really good synergy of, with trading and building up a pot, then to be able to siphon that into the property and start building that passive income for us, and other income streams is really on our radar as a family.
Amazing.
So that's been part of it.
Love that.
Yeah.
So when you were getting into trading, you said you came to one of our introductory trainings, currently called Forex and 5, but changed. So when you were doing that, what was it? You said you were surprised by kind of how much you were into it. What was it that kind of you enjoyed? What was it that kind of stood out to you? What made you what made you enjoy it, really?
Yeah, it was obviously kind of a lot of the language when you first start out, it just feels like, oh my goodness, this is so alien, but actually, as yourself and Josh and the team were kind of explaining things to do with the candles and the patterns, and it was a very interactive 5 nights. There's a lot of conversations in the chat and stuff like that, and I just found that I was just engaging with that really well. And so actually things were, as the days went on, just were really formulating. I really enjoyed the challenges, which was then kind of that sense of repetition, because that's how you learn. So just sort of embedding that knowledge from the day before, and then really enjoying the challenges. So I think for me, if I'm going for something, I go all in. So I was really all in on all the challenges, making sure I was doing the homework, and actually just as I was doing it, I just sensed I can do this. I can do this, and I was getting it, and I was just really enjoying it, and the community of the people that were doing it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
sounds amazing. Yeah. So, do you have a question?
My question is kind of timelines. Like, how long were you training for, and then did you start live trading? How did that take?
Yeah, so did the Forex and 5 at the end of August, joined for the beginning of September. So I've been on the 6-month platinum membership. So I think I'd got my pullback. So that was September. By December, I'd got my first strategy, which is the pullback. I got the seal of approval for that. So it's saying that I could live trade that. So I think my first live trade was in December for pullback, and then reversal and breakout. So I got that by the February. So that was within 5 months.
So it's quite quick, really, going from not knowing anything about trading to then 2 and a bit months later,
I know,
getting that seal of approval and actually putting real money behind it into the markets.
Yeah.
How did you find that process? Was it easy for you? Was it tricky for you? How did you find that journey of that first 2 and a bit months?
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed it because, as I say, once I decided that I was going to do it, and I just got really excited about it. So I was really all in on it.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to get on the charts each day and to find the times. I realised very early on that I'm not someone that can sit there for like an hour, and I know that it's not suggested that you should sit there for more than an hour, but actually I'm a bite-sized learner. So doing, say, maybe 20 minutes a day, I could fit that in with my schedule, with my son, with work, and that just the way my brain works, that just kind of worked for me. So I was kind of enjoying the fact that it didn't feel onerous. I was really enjoying it, and I'm also quite competitive with myself, so I wanted to do really well. So I'd seen the timeline of the 6 months, and so I was really pushing myself to do well with that. So the competition was with myself,
which is brilliant.
Which is fine.
Yeah, I think in star trading in general as a community, there's not really a sense of competition with one another. It is very much you against you.
Yeah.
And that's why we level the playing field in terms of how we talk about money. We don't really talk about money. We talk about those percentages. So I think that's a really good ethos which you have for yourself, which is my competition is me. It's not really other people, because as we know, comparison robs you of the joy and of the journey. So I think that's brilliant.
And the community was a really big part of it. So, you know, from a very early on stage, I was posting into the Discord group, which actually, as somebody who's very new, you know, I'm sure to those people that are kind of veterans in there, you know, you're asking the simple questions, but no one would ever make you feel like you've just asked the most boring, simple question that nobody wants to answer. It's amazing how quickly people want to share the knowledge that they have because they're 3, 4, 5 months, a year on from you. And definitely that sense that people want a cheerleading YouTuber because they want you to do well and to get to where you want to get to. So I just really use that community for myself to really, you know, obviously the group coaching is great once a week, but actually that in-between moment where you've got questions or you're uncertain about what you're seeing on the charts, to be able to kind of put that into the group and get responses from that. I found really invaluable to perpetuating, I think, the speed as well. I think that really helped me with that as well.
Because you don't have to rely on just your mentors, do you, though? Which is why I think we do get people successful fairly quickly. You know, it's because it's full-on wraparound support. So it's not just your mentorship sessions, it's not just access to mentors, it's also the whole community.
And it was really lovely at the Platinum Retreat, which I did, would have been January, was really great being with other people. So being on a weekend away, I really thrive in that kind of environment. So it's really nice being at home and then being able to go and do a weekend really kind of full on intense. And from that I then got an accountability partner who was at the same stage as me, and actually we then clicked and said, why don't we buddy up, let's check in with each other every other day for the trades that we're seeing, or if we're struggling with anything. And that was fantastic as well, to find that person and just say, let's be there for each other.
Amazing. And how's your live trade going? It's a bit of a transition, isn't it, then from back testing to live trading? And how's that from beginning to now?
So I think when I got the first seal of approval, obviously, I mean, I got up and did a little dance on the, I was like, Josh, has anyone ever danced? He's like, no, but you dance. And I was like, yes. I was like, oh, we're going to I was. And then I think I immediately took a massive gulp, like, they're saying that I could trade it live. Oh my goodness. And that is a very different feeling to doing all these back testings and feeling really confident.
Because it's almost like a safety net, isn't it? Because it is, when we're back testing, it is zero risk. Even though it can feel emotion and you get excited and get frustrated, that it is a zero risk part of it. So sometimes people, I think, can stay in that phase for longer than they should do because it's a bit of a comfort blanket. So I can imagine you went, yes, Bryn, I've got it. Oh, the comfort blanket's now gone.
definitely. So I think I watched the charts probably for a week or so. I think there might have been a pullback or something that I could have taken. But I think I was just kind of absorbing where I'd got to, plus trying to start learning the next strategy, which was completely different.
Yeah.
But, you know, did obviously put a large... I don't think my first one, you know, I won on my first one. I think I did another one and that one won. But I think it was just the sense of, oh gosh, this is now starting a new pathway to my journey. So you're back testing the new ones, plus you've got your foot in the live trading camp. So there's kind of these two things going on, which kind of your brain is trying to decipher as well.
Yeah.
And that more emotional side of things coming in to it more than before with the back testing.
So talk to us a little bit then about those emotions. So when you first start going live, you said you kind of had these emotions come out. What did you kind of experience then?
Yeah, so I think there was a kind of, especially sort of trading live, it was a sense of, I think, fear around potentially losing trades, losing money. And even though the account is it massive and you're not trading more than 1%, which is a really good thing, it still is your own real money. And, you know, within myself, I want to do really well at what I'm doing. So obviously doing back testing, getting the seal, that's a kind of move forward. You've shown us that you know the criteria, you've got that. We're saying yes, you can go ahead, but still then it's like, oh gosh, I really can. And so plus then you're trying to learn a new strategy which you're just back testing, so your kind of mindset is split, because the back testing, it doesn't feel quite as weighty as when you are actually live trading. So I don't think my first pullback one that I put on was a winner, but I think I then did go on to have a couple of wins after that.
Good.
Which just helping you get into your groove a bit.
Yeah, kind of helping grease those wheels of okay, this is working.
Yeah.
So how did that first few months of live trading? Obviously we then get our next set of approval, we then trade a second strategy live. You then get the third seal of approval. We then trade that strategy live.
Yeah.
How was that kind of slightly longer live trading process?
Yeah.
Did you make any mistakes? Did anything come up that surprised you, that came up on an emotional level, a mindset level? How did it kind of all that go?
Yeah. So I think as the strategies were kind of the seal I got for the reversal, which I really liked reversals. I know people have these love-hate relationships with certain ones, don't they? So I really loved that one, jumping into that one, got that one quite quickly. And then live trading that. I think my mistake just for me was that I added to my account, which is fine, but I added quite a large chunk in, and that really did skew my mindset. And so, yes, I kind of jumped, and I jumped too far. So, and my husband saw the account and said, "What have you done with that money?" And I was like, "I've just put it in." He's like, "Have you?" And but I felt forgiveness, not you know, absolutely. And I said, "Do you think I should take it?" And he's like, "No, you've put it in there now. Just leave it." But that was for me, that was too much, and that really did just send me in a little bit of a spin. So I had to talk to myself. I think I spoke to Josh as well, and just spoke to him and just kind of chatted that out, where that was coming from, to kind of sort of say, look, you know, do put a bit in, but maybe that's too much. So what about this? You know, do you think you'd be able to handle that kind of increment? And then you could double check that again in like 4 to 6 months, whether you want to up that again. So that kind of really helped me just kind of settle again. And I'd probably say I was more cautious with my percentages of what I then put on the different trades, to counteract that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
But also in my coaching sessions, it was like 1% is the maximum. You don't need to be trading up to that if you don't feel comfortable, because you need to be feeling that you could lose that money as well as gain that money. And that was really helpful for me to think about what I was putting on with the different strategies, definitely. And then starting a bit of the day trading with other ones that I was doing as well.
Yeah, it can be a really good process to increase your account. Oh, did you hear all my bones to 2S?
Yeah.
I'll start that again. So it can be a really good process to put more money into your account, but not increase the actual cash risk that you're using. So you start with the same risk that you were using, but you now get used to seeing that figure in your account, and then you gradually increase the cash risk up until the point where you're at a maximum of 1%. Can be a really good way. I did the same when I first started out. I jumped too big too quickly. Had a bit of a mindset moment, messed things up for a month or so. I actually dropped that down though. because I didn't realize, I could just use a different cash amount. Didn't think about it back then. So then I incrementally built up again from there. So I think that's quite a normal part of people's learning experience when they first start out. It'd be live trading. So brilliant.
Yeah.
How's it go for you now then?
Yeah, I think I've continued being quite cautious with my percentages, especially thinking about with the day trading as well and adding that in. That's just another element of something different, and time sensitivities with that and getting to grips with that. But again, really good coaching around maybe smaller percentages, like 1/4% to 1/3% on those, and actually realize that if you have a number of wins on that over the month, that's going to compound and then add to your par, which obviously the main meat is the swing trades, but then there's these other, and that's been really helpful. So I would put more of a percentage on my swing trades because that's the main ones, and then a slightly smaller for my day trades because that will incremental up, because obviously you're going to place more trades with that. So I think overall, like last month was my best month so far, which was 3%, which I was really happy with. And I think the other months it had been between 0.5 and 1, but I'd with the having slightly lesser amounts on, but obviously there has been losses as well, but just seeing that I haven't actually had a negative month. It's just been like 0.5 or 1 or 0.8, but just sticking there. And then last month was 3, which I'm really pleased about.
Especially if you are using lower risk.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important for everyone to know that you can take this at your own pace.
Yeah.
And so we know what's possible. But if the way you build confidence is going to take a little bit longer or a little bit shorter, I'm not saying you're taking longer, everyone's got a different journey. But again, that's why comparison just isn't helpful, because you'll still get to where you want to get to. You're still making very, very healthy returns if we compare it to any other form of investment.
Yeah.
And we're actually being a lower risk than our 1%.
Yeah.
So I think that's phenomenal, Rosie.
Yeah, no, I'm really pleased. And I think for me, one of the really big changes is the mindset stuff that we do with Jay once a month. I can't shout about that enough, because I think now being in the live trading sort of more for sort of 3 months, doing all of them, just seeing, obviously learning the trading is really, really important. But actually I'd say it's probably 50-50 that if you don't have that mindset, it doesn't matter what I've learned, unless I can work on that mindset and be in a really good emotional state, that's not going to stack up, that I'm going to be making good choices or be making risks that I don't need to take. Yeah. And so for me, I'm finding that working on that mindset is really helping across the board with everything of how I see things.
Amazing.
So I can feel that within myself. And obviously I had my moments and I've chatted to Josh and gone, and he's like, it's okay, let's calm down. What was going on? What else was external, internal? Okay, shake it off. We go again, close that down. Now you've learnt from that. You go forward. And all of those kind of things do just really help.
Yeah.
Rather than wallowing in something, because I need to be able to move on. Yeah, so that's been really helpful.
I think you're doing brilliantly. You're in your first few months of trading and you're profitable and you're doing 3% a month, which most people are doing in a year in a savings account. And this is a skill you'll have for life. And, as you said before, anything can happen when you're in business. Anything can hit your business, like a pandemic or, just anything. And to have these skills of investing and compounding behind you, that's an amazing thing you're going to have now forever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know, I'm so excited. He gets up in the morning, comes in bleary-eyed, because I like trading in the morning, and just sits on this chair and looks up and I'm on the charts. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? And he'll just watch. Yeah. And I love that, because, one day I would love for him to be doing that and learning that skill. That would be fantastic. But he's watching me, so that's me role modeling it to him, that's something. And the fact that I've learned it, later on in life, I'm pivoting, I'm doing other things, I'm adding, we're doing other things as a family, like property and then this, and just saying, you can't just do other stuff, you have it.
Yeah, it's good. Recap pivot. Yeah, that does. I'll avoid my friend's reference. Pivot.
Go on.
No, that's a trip. So, this is it. Yeah. So what does your future hold for Rosie then, the trader?
I don't know. Well, I'm very interested in this new strategy that's come out. But yeah, I really, in the next probably three months, I'd really like to double that percentage to get to the 6%, which I know is going to double my account. So that's kind of really on my radar to focus in on that. To be just making sure that I'm making really consistent, good trades, that I don't compromise what I'm doing, and that I just can be the best I possibly can be.
Like that.
I think, yeah.
Amazing. The future's bright.
Yeah.
The future's rosy.
Exactly. You got that over on it.
What advice would you give to someone who's maybe like you a year ago, who has not got into trading, doesn't know what it is, isn't sure about it? What would you tell them?
I would say just do it. I know that's a light thing, but I just really would. I would just say, invest in yourself, because you're investing for your future in yourself. I've been able to do it. I know so many of us that would say that if I can do it, then you definitely can do it. And the support here is just phenomenal. I think I've said it before, but the holistic side of Star Trading, it's not just about learning the trading. You've got the Discord community, you've got the mindset stuff, you've got the accountability partners, times to meet up and be in person as well. Like, I haven't met a community like this, and I've been part of many different things over the years, but just all that being for you, I just think, just go for it, and, within 6 months, if you're on the 6-month platinum, within within 5 months, I was trading all of those strategies live. That's incredible. Yeah. I'm so proud of myself.
We should be, yeah.
Yeah. So proud. Awesome. Yes.
So we're going to do snack slightly different.
Snack challenge. Should I do part of it? That's it.
You do, yeah.
Yes.
So we're turning into a challenge.
Okay.
So you've got 60 seconds to consider you're in my house, and there's a lot of food around right now.
Oh, yes.
So bring 60 seconds to bring us a snack.
No nuts.
No.
But no nuts. Yeah. So not pudding?
A lot of them have got ingredients on.
Okay.
So you should be all right. But it can be anything. It can be pudding.
It's just one thing.
Just one thing.
What is that? Very exciting.
Eye marks.
But no nuts.
Okay. Should we do some magic?
Okay.
Right. One. Do you want to clip with us?
Yes.
So it's it. 3 on. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. 3, 2, 1.
Ta-da.
Hey.
I ran a lot.
So what have we got here?
Can you see what might be potentially?
Some form of cream.
Meringue.
Lemon meringue.
Oh, who brought this?
With blueberries.
Did you make it?
I didn't.
It looked amazing. I have had it earlier, and as I scanned, I was like, "Oh, it is." I think it's homemade lemon curd and really gooey, stuff.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What's right?
You should describe it for listeners.
Creamy. Fluffy. Blueberry.
I'm getting lemon. It's really good. That was a great choice.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't too sweet either.
It's not too sweet.
Overly sweet.
It's very smooth.
Yeah.
Better than Sara Lee. Dairy Lee?
Dairy.
I think there's a Sara Lee as well.
Oh, well, she used to make cakes, frozen cakes.
Yeah, the frozen cakes.
Yeah, Iceland or something.
No idea. Yeah, great choice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I'm gonna say 7 out of 10.
Really? I'm gonna go 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would like it a little bit more tart.
Okay.
Than lemon. But it is very nice. Okay. There we go. Well, thanks very much, Rosie, for joining us on the podcast. We will see you guys in the next episode. Have a fantastic rest of your day and get yourself some lemon meringue. Bye-bye.